2023-24, the income tax paid by the middle class is far more than the corporate tax. When UPA was in government, the corporate tax was much higher than what the common citizen and the middle class of India paid. Today, it's exactly flipped, that the corporate tax has gone down and the middle class is paying so much more. So I would like the Honorable Finance Minister to justify is why are you taxing the middle class and the poor of this country? I appreciate her efforts of reducing the power. I remember her statement in 2019, she had mentioned that I'm reducing the corporate tax so that more investments come into this country. I'm not taking away from the intention of the government, but what is the outcome? And can you quantify and justify the reduction of this? Because no investments have come, and today, as a matter of fact, today's news item says that the rupee today has fallen and has become 84.09 against the dollar, while the foreign portfolio investors have pulled out 1.20 billion. Please note, the Treasury bench, Mr. Dubey, was today talking very highly about the government and the policies, and talking how well the world is doing badly and how well India is doing. I would, with very less knowledge compared to him in finance, with full humility, like to tell him that India is no more an insulated economy. What happens globally will happen in India, if not today, because one of the biggest growth engines of anywhere, which is very basic economics, is even exports, which India will not do well. It's already not doing well. All this Atmanirbhar and all is very good statements. I am the biggest example of Atmanirbhar. I don't use anything which is imported from any part of the world. But I would like to put it on record that this whole jingoism in speeches sounds wonderful, but I think we need to go beyond politics and stop being a prisoner of the past and history and start living the moment. Because 2047, I don't know if I'll be alive to see it or not. But we need to handle the economy, because the rupee has fallen to 84.09, which is very, very alarming. So I am telling this government, please wake up and smell this coffee. There is a bloodbath in the domestic markets, and the Sensex and the Nifty has today tanked 3%, which is substantial amount. I would like to even highlight one or two points which were very alarming yesterday in the demands for grants. Honorable Nadda ji was very, very honest, and I appreciate what he said in his speech. He reached out to the opposition yesterday, humility of the man I must appreciate, and he said that the health department had 3,000 crores left. He said, मैंने 1,000 करोड़, ये इनका स्टेटमेंट है, कल शायद आप भी थी मैडम हाउस में, और उन्होंने कहा ये पैसा खर्चा नहीं हो रहा है, आप मेरी मदद करिए. एंड वी आस्क्ड, आई थिंक सौगता बाबू वाज आल्सो हियर, आई वाज इन द हाउस, भूपेंद्र जी शायद आप भी थे कल यहाँ, और तब मैंने पूछा था कि आप बताइए कौन सा पैसा रह गया, हमारे निर्वाचन क्षेत्र में बहुत सारा डेवलपमेंट रह गया, ये 1,000 हमें दीजिए, हम हमारे स्टेट में यूज़ कर देंगे. सो इफ़ द हेल्थ मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया is saying money is not getting spent, it's very alarming to me is what is this budget doing for this country. And the Social Justice Department, where Vayashri Yojana, as a matter of fact, this morning during question hour, there was a long discussion on it. It was the first question today. We have, my district is number 1. Vayashri Yojana में Pune district is देश में 1 नंबर पे आया है, और हमें जो प्रॉमिस किया है वो कुछ नहीं हुआ है. जब भी मैं मंत्री जी को मिलती है, बड़े अच्छे वीरेंद्र सिंह जी है, मान सम्मान देते हैं, बोलते हैं सुप्रिया मेरे पास बजट नहीं है. तो एक तरफ हेल्थ मिनिस्टर इज सेइंग दैट ही हैज एक्स्ट्रा मनी, द सोशल जस्टिस डिपार्टमेंट व्हिच इज गवर्नमेंट इज सेइंग इट्स फॉर द पुअर हैज सेज इट डजंट हैव मनी फॉर द कमिटमेंट दे हैव मेड टू अस इन अ पॉलिसी. सो हु डू वी टर्न टू? किस गरीब को पैसा जा रहा है? सोशल जस्टिस और हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री में कोऑर्डिनेशन नहीं है. लास्ट द ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर कि ये बजट है कि मजाक बना के रखा है गरीब आदमी का इस देश में. So they really need to clarify on this. Second is Vima Karmachari Sangathan. This is a very, very important point. As a matter of fact, today we all even agitated for it. All India Insurance Employees Association, which is the oldest and the biggest trade union of the public sector insurance in this country, madam. I think my colleague Mawaji also spoke about it. The withdrawal of we demand the withdrawal of the GST on life and medical insurance premium, and the life insurance premium, which today is income. We had income tax relief on the 80C and the 80D. We don't want a reduction. We want withdrawal, because this is very, very important for the common man of this India. And I think Mahuaji have extensively spoken, so I will not repeat that point. And on maturity, it has to be tax-free, which was done. I don't know why this government is taxing it. And even reintroduction of deduction of income tax on ATG when it comes to health insurance. So there's another suggestion, like LIC. I remember the public sector general insurance companies, there was a talk this government wanted to sell it, but now they're not talking about it, so I'm grateful to the government. But National Insurance, New India Assurance, Oriental Insurance and United India Insurance are all companies which are demanding a merger. So if they are all merged, they'll be far more effective. एक तरफ से आप इंश्योरेंस बढ़ाना चाहते हैं और दूसरी तरफ से आप उसको टैक्स करेंगे, ऐसा जीएसटी लगाएंगे, तो इंश्योरेंस कंपनी कैसे, गरीब आदमी को कैसे इंश्योरेंस मिलेगा? This is another contradiction of this government. So I request this government to consider this. My colleague Arun Nehru ji spoke extensively about cooperative federalism. Every time today, I think Nishikant ji talked about Sushma ji very fondly. So Sushma ji and Arun ji were two people we all looked up to when we first came to Parliament. Cooperative federalism was something consistently which Sushma ji and Arun ji have always talked about it, and as Finance Minister he used to always talk about. I would like to seek a clear clarification from the Honourable Finance Minister that when it comes to cooperative federalism, we brought GST, we are very happy with it, but we are unhappy the way it is implemented. But in the tax share of any government, I want to ask this, what is the share of the states? According to the Finance Commission, we should get 41%. But nowhere, be it 23, 22, means 21, 22, 23, 22, 23, 23, 24, it has never reached. So we want to know where is all this money going and why is it not going. Talking about cess, my colleague Arun Nehru ji talked about the cess. Now, there is Krishi Swet, Swachh Bharat, education, health, that is 9%. Plus there is oil cess, which we discussed at length yesterday. There is windfall tax, there is income tax, there is custom duty. There is so much money coming to the central government, but why are the states not going? It was very interesting that my colleague Krishna was talking just now about states getting money and the way his state is doing and what's the white paper. Now this is applicable most states. I compliment the Honourable Prime Minister when during the campaign he used to talk about Revdis. Now every government which he is a part of is giving Revdis pan-India. Now I would like to just ask, I'm seeking a clarification from this government because my colleague Krishna has raised this issue about Andhra Pradesh. This is in the Constitution. If you go to Chapter 3 in 293, it's about borrowing by the states. I would seek a clarification. Article 292, Part 3, it says that the state may not, without the consent of Government of India, raise any loan if there is still outstanding any part of the loan which has been made by the state, by the Government of India, by its predecessor government, or in respect of which a guarantee has been given by the Government of India or its preceding government. And there is a part to it, the Part 4, a consent under Clause 3 may be granted subject to such conditions if any as Government of India may think to impose. Now when Andhra Pradesh, which was your ally for 5 years, how did you allow the state to go through this? And the same case is in Maharashtra. So I seek a clarification. You give as many Revdis as you want. अभी तो सरकार हर 3-4 राज्यों में इलेक्शंस है, हरियाणा में हुडा जी के यहाँ है, तो रेवड़ियाँ तो बटेंगी. I have no problem with those Revdis. गरीब को कुछ मिलना हो तो ज़रूर दे दीजिए. But not at the cost of misleading the nation and misleading the state for the next 25. Because आपका सारा सपना 47 का होता है. So we will come to power, but unfortunately stuck with their bad dealings. We don't want this inheritance tax from this government. So we really need to know, and government keeps talking about the whole. Atal ji ने तो ये लाया था. Sir, do you want to say something? Atal ji ने तो लाया था. FRBM Act was not brought by us. It was Atal ji's most wonderful, and मैं ऐसा कभी नहीं कहूँगी कि 70 साल में आपने कुछ नहीं किया. जब हर सरकार कुछ तो अच्छा करती है. हर सरकार ऐसा नहीं है कि कुछ अच्छा नहीं करती. So Atal, even if we worked in different ideologies, Atal ji was the tallest leader of this nation. FRBM Act was brought by him and we followed it meticulously. Now I want to ask this government that if the FRBM Act, how much of it is implemented in the central government is what I want to ask this government and seek a clarification. A lot has been said about GST. Now GST mismanagement. What is happening in Infosys is something I'm very curious about. Because हर रोज सर पेपर में आ रहा है कि पता नहीं कितने हजारों करोड़, कितने शून्य उसमें, वो मुझे पता भी नहीं, मेरा मैथ्स थोड़ा कच्चा है सर. सो इन्फोसिस को 30,000 करोड़ या 3,000 करोड़ पता नहीं कितने, फिर एक बार न्यूज़ आई कि वो विड्रॉ कर रहे हैं, आप कह रहे हैं, आज फिर से न्यूज़ आई नहीं. इट्स इन दिस मिसमैनेजमेंट ऑफ GST. Infosys, such a big international company doing such good service. I don't know whether taxing them is right or wrong. But is this the GST management? This is not management, this is mismanagement. How can you keep changing these GST numbers all the time? The MCA website, I have delegation after delegation coming to meet me, saying that the MCA website doesn't work. Then even people who don't fit in the tax thing because they don't file papers on time are taxed. So जो tax bracket में ही नहीं है उसको भी because of the documents not getting properly put in because of this website of theirs. So ये website please सुधारिए, इसमें आम आदमी जिसका अकाउंट Deloitte में है उसको कोई दिक्कत नहीं आ रही है, लेकिन जो आम आदमी जिसको आप इतना टैक्स कर रहे हैं उसको दिक्कत हो रही है. So this entire MCA website needs to improve itself. Sir, GST Council, हाँ, टैक्स भरने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. इस देश का बहुत से ज्यादा आदमी ईमानदार है, टैक्स भरना चाहते, बट टैक्स भरेंगे तो सर्विस भी चाहते.
सदन के बाहर ही पूछ लेना.
सर, another question which even Krishna said is about ये किसानों की आय दुगनी करना चाहते. The input tax is so high. What was the idea of the GST? One country, one nation, one tax. 5, 12, 18 and then you say कृषि प्रधान देश है, फिर आप किसान को ही तो टैक्स करे जा रहे. And I'm not reading the whole list which my colleague Krishna read, but from tractors to equipment to irrigation equipment to sprinklers, सबको 12, 18, 5. My problem is, my demand is that anything that concerns agriculture should be zero. अगर आप minerals को zero कर सकते हैं तो किसान को क्यों नहीं कर रहे? मिनरल्स का टैक्स आपने जीरो किया है, और सर देश के टैक्स नहीं, जो बाहर से मिनरल्स आएगा उसको आपने जीरो टैक्स कर दिया. वो किसके खिलाफ है? मुझे, आई एम नॉट सम मिनरल एक्सपर्ट, तो मैं आरोप नहीं करूंगी इनकी तरफ, झूठे आरोप नहीं कर सकती मैं, जो उसको जब उसको दिखाना है. बट आप मुझे बताइए, मिनरल्स को आप जीरो टैक्स कर रहे हैं, इंपोर्ट को जीरो टैक्स कर रहे हैं, तो फिर एग्रीकल्चर को क्यों टैक्स कर रहे हैं? जो देश में किसान है, जो हमको अन्नदाता सुखी भव है, उसको आप 18 टैक्स करेंगे, और मिनरल्स को जीरो जो इंपोर्ट, एंड विच कंट्री आर दे कमिंग फ्रॉम? आई एम नॉट ए मिनरल एक्सपर्ट, बट पढ़ने में समझ में आता है कि शायद चाइना को हो रहे, ऐसा पेपर में आया है, मुझे नहीं पता. तो सरकार जवाब दे कि मिनरल्स एट जीरो. गोल्ड का भी किया, अच्छी बात है, और कम करिए. तो जो गलत काम गोल्ड में हो रहे वो भी बंद हो जाएंगे, तो गोल्ड का भी कम करिए. मिनरल्स का करना ना करना इनका, बट द गवर्नमेंट मस्ट जस्टिफाई व्हाई एग्रीकल्चर इज टैक्स सो हाईली एंड इंपोर्ट्स ऑफ मिनरल्स इज जीरो टैक्स. दिस इज एन आंसर दे ओ टू द नेशन एंड टू द फार्मर ऑफ दिस कंट्री. सर नो, तो जीरो टैक्स करने की क्या जरूरत है? किसको प्लीज कर रहे हैं? सर, द अदर थिंग इज अबाउट रिसर्च.
प्लीज कंक्लूड.
सर, यू हैव टू डिस्कस अबाउट the agri research. Research इतना करना ये सरकार चाहती है. How much have they given for agriculture research is what the government should tell us. There is the Indian Agriculture Research Institute which has got 710 crores, out of which 540 crores only goes in salaries, 90 in administration. How much money is left for research? And not just for research, sir, you will be very shocked to find out this information that chemical customs duty has been increased. So all labs, IITs, all these people who need chemicals for research work are in trouble. This is a delegation of students and colleges which came and met me, and these are not private colleges. नहीं तो ये बोल देंगे यार ये लोग का प्राइवेट कॉलेज, ये प्राइवेट कॉलेज का सवाल नहीं है. इस देश में बहुत सारे ऐसे कॉलेजेस हैं जो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, उनके सब जो रिसर्च लैब्स है वो दिक्कत में है बिकॉज दिस केमिकल कस्टम ड्यूटीज, दिस हैज़ टू बी रिड्यूस. अगर आप मिनरल्स का कम कर रहे हैं तो एजुकेशन के लिए तो कम करिए. मिनरल्स का पता नहीं किसके लिए किया है. सर, increase in capital gain tax, this everybody has discussed, so I won't, but I still want to ask this government that foreign companies you have reduced the tax, then why is the Indian farmer getting affected? Indian किसान के लिए कुछ नहीं करेंगे, लेकिन corporate और foreign के लिए कुछ करेंगे, but they are not coming into the country, they are leaving the country, is what the data is saying even today. आज सुबह का डेटा है सर. So this is something this government has to clarify. Indexation, this is there is a lot of confusion on indexation, because the first in the budget I did not speak of the indexation because the Honorable Finance Minister gave a clarification in a press release. But even after the clarification, there is no clarity on indexation, and you cannot tax any old household who has bought a house. And why the 12%? जो कम तक आता था, sir, in 2002, if you bought a house for 1 crore and you sold it for 5 crores, 34 lakhs is the tax in indexation. And if you don't go and you only go by for 12% as the government has made it now, it is 50 lakhs. Sir, which is completely unfair. So this indexation, the government has taken a semi-U-turn, not a full turn. So this indexation must be brought back. It is in the larger interest of the nation and the poor, hard-working people of this country. Sir, EPS 95, which is such an important issue. Just this morning, today, the Congress MP from Kolhapur raised it in 0 hour. Sir, EPS 95 के लोग इस हाउस में जो सांसद मिले, हर एक को उस साइड बैठो या इस साइड बैठिए. Each one, some senior citizen has met each MP here. EPS 95 की डिमांड, सर, आपको आश्चर्यचकित होंगे, लेकिन in 23-25 the pension corpus and only the interest earned is 51,000 crores, and what is the money given is 14,000 crores. And this was the commitment given by Prakash Javadekar ji. I don't want to name because Arun ji is no more, but उनके साथ बहुत सारी meetings हुई थी, and Prakash Javadekar ji had committed in a press conference that अगर हमारी सरकार, तब की मोदी सरकार थी और ये आज की NDA सरकार है, ये जब आएगी तो हम ये EPS 95 का पैसा देंगे. They have not given this money, sir. I urge them to give this EPS 95. Sir, finish हो गया मेरा time. Sir, I just one last point I'll just like to highlight on this government and finish, that the ransomware attack, which is a very serious issue, because this whole bill is about taxation. It's unfortunate that Treasury benches spoke everything but taxation. And it's unfortunate that they have ignored taxation completely. But I would like to raise this issue, which is very important, that the TCS and the State Bank of India has hit with a ransomware attack last week. So this has affected many banks, and it's hurt the common man. So I urge the Honorable Finance Minister to address this technical issue, because it's very important that these cyber attacks are increasing, and she must do something about this to salvage it. And the last point, sir, is the Honorable Treasury Bench talked a lot about ED and CBI. मैं तो उसको ICE बोलती हूँ सब. ICE मतलब बर्फ नहीं. ICE means Income Tax, CBI and ED. That's what ICE stands for. And they were talking about it, and they were taking this high morality ground. I want, with full humility and data, tell the honorable member from the Treasury bunch कि ICE जब होता है ना, सिर्फ opposition पे चलता है, वो कभी नहीं. और ICE वाले जब यहाँ से वहाँ जाते हैं ना, तो वॉशिंग मशीन से निकल के पूरा ED, CBI और इनकम टैक्स का केस चल जाता है. I can give you data and I can table that data in this floor of this house. So ये dirty dozen वगैरह ये सब चीजें थी ना.
एक मिनट पूरा बोल लेने दो.
I am happy to yield.
पूरा बोल लेने दो. पूरा बोल लेने दो.
No, I am happy to yield on this issue.
नहीं,
I am happy to yield on this.
आप उनको मौका क्यों दोगे? आप थोड़ी आदेश दे सकते हो. आप बैठो. पहले आप पूरी बात कर लो.
अच्छा, yield नहीं करूँ मैं, सर. Sir, I was happy to yield on income tax, CBI or ED. Sir, BJP was the government which talked about high morality. ना खाऊंगा ना खाने दूंगा. बड़ी अच्छी बात थी. मैं भी प्रभावित थी कि इस देश से अगर करप्शन जा रहा होगा तो अच्छी बात है. लेकिन ऐसा महाराष्ट्र में और देश में हुआ नहीं, सर. क्योंकि ये इनकम टैक्स, सीबीआई और ईडी का जो आइस है, और एक स्टोरी चलती थी महाराष्ट्र में, सर, जिसको बोलते थे डर्टी डजन. डर्टी डजन मतलब बीजेपी के एक वरिष्ठ नेता है, सांसद रहे हुए, वो आरोप करते थे कि एनसीपी मतलब नॉट नेशनलिस्ट कांग्रेस पार्टी, सर, नेचुरली करप्ट पार्टी जो उनको कहते थे, और जो ओरिजिनल है वो क्लेम करते हैं वही है. अगर ओरिजिनल नेचुरली करप्ट पार्टी ओरिजिनल है तो अभी उनकी तरफ है. सो आई सीक अ क्लैरिफिकेशन फ्रॉम द ऑनरेबल फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर कि शी शुड गिव अस अ लाइन एंड टेल अस कि इनकम टैक्स, सीबीआई, ईडी नेचुरली करप्ट पार्टी ओरिजिनल बड़ा क्लेम करते हैं उनकी है. तो ये बता दे कि इनकम टैक्स, सीबीआई और ईडी का क्या हुआ, डर्टी डजन का क्या हुआ.
स्पीकर सर, मैंने पिछली बार बोलते हुए ये कहा कि ये मोदी जी की सरकार है और ये अपनों को भी नहीं छोड़ती. इसी सदन के सदस्य भारतीय जनता पार्टी के जीएम सिद्धेश्वर थे, उनके ऊपर इनकम टैक्स का रेड हुआ. 80 करोड़ रुपया जो है उससे भारत सरकार ने लिया। ये मोदी जी की सरकार है। यदि भारतीय जनता पार्टी के भी लोग चोरी करेंगे तो उनके ऊपर भी इनकम टैक्स होगा, ईडी होगा। और जो राहुल गांधी जी के ऊपर है वो चिदम्बरम साहब का पीएमएलए एक्ट है, जिसके कारण उनके ऊपर जो है ईडी का केस चल रहा है।
ओके ओके, हाँ हाँ।
Every time, Mike sir, yes. Sir, every time Honorable Chair allowed Nishikant Dubey to speak. Whenever he spoke in the house, he spoke only lies only. Last day he spoke about Priyanka Gandhi ji, not was a member of this house. Sir, 1 minute sir. Priyanka Gandhi ji, not a member of this house. He told in this house that Priyanka Gandhi ji attended Adani's marriage, which is totally wrong, sir. Which is totally wrong. Every time he is telling this galat baat. You are allowing that. You are allowing that.
Okay. No, no. Okay, okay. Please, please. 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 Okay, आप कंक्लूड कीजिए।
Sir, I would like on behalf of my colleagues put it on record.
आशा है ये कार्यक्रम आपको पसंद आया होगा। इस वीडियो को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करें, लाइक करें और कमेंट करके बताएं आपकी राय क्या है। और अगर आपने हमारा यूट्यूब चैनल अभी तक सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है तो तुरंत इसको सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए और बेल आइकन भी दबा दीजिएगा ताकि अगली जब वीडियो अपलोड हो तो आपके पास इसका नोटिफिकेशन पहुंच सके। और अगर आपने हमारा